Ever get the feeling Emmerdale's about to blow? Next week, it's not just one storyline, it's all of them colliding at once. Court battles, dangerous secrets, families breaking apart, and a comeback that nobody saw coming. By the end of the week, the whole village will be shaken. Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe to Episode Whisper so you're always the first to know the big spoilers. We've got 11 for you this week, and wait until you hear what happens when Vinnie takes the stand in court. The truth he nearly let slip could shatter his marriage and change everything. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for that one.
1. Vinnie wobbles before his big day in court. First up, all eyes are on Vinnie. He's been gearing himself up to testify against Mike, but the weight on his shoulders is heavier than ever. It's not just about the crimes Mike has committed, it's about what might come out in court, what Gabby could find out, and whether his marriage can survive it. We've seen Vinnie struggle with this for weeks now, and next week it hits breaking point. He starts doubting whether he can go through with it, fearing that once the truth is laid bare, Gabby won't look at him the same way again. And then comes the real kicker. Mike's defense team want Gabby called as a witness. That leaves Vinnie spinning. He doesn't want her dragged into it, so he lies about what's really going on. Fans might notice this is classic Vinnie, trying to carry the burden on his own, even though it's tearing him apart. Question is, will it destroy his marriage before the court case even begins? 2. Kim throws up a roadblock over Thomas. Now, as if Vinnie hasn't got enough on his plate, Kim decides to stir things. He's ready to take the step of adopting Thomas officially, which you'd think would be a joyful thing, but Kim isn't having it. She argues that signing those papers would effectively erase Jamie from his son's life. It's a cold reminder of how Kim operates, fiercely loyal to her own family line and never willing to let anyone else overwrite it. But Vinnie and Mandy don't back down. They fight their corner, trying to make Kim see that for Thomas, having Vinnie as a proper dad could mean the world. It's a touching angle, because Vinnie has always longed to be accepted and to build a family of his own. But when Kim's involved, nothing is ever simple. Will she soften, or is this just the start of a bigger battle? 3. Mike makes his presence felt again. Just when Vinnie and Gabby should be celebrating adoption progress, Mike pops back up like a bad penny. His tactics are pure intimidation, sliding into Vinnie's life, making sly comments, making his skin crawl, and then comes the demand for more money. He calls it compensation, but let's be honest, it's blackmail. Vinnie, desperate to keep Gabby out of it, makes him an offer. He'll sabotage the case, twist his testimony, as long as Mike leaves Gabby out of the firing line. This could really shake things up. Because if Vinnie goes through with it, Mike might walk free. And if he doesn't, Mike will make good on his threats. It's a no-win situation, and you can feel Vinnie's world closing in on him, for Gabby's suspicions won't go away. Of course, Gabby isn't daft. She can sense something's not right. Vinnie's distracted, secretive, ducking questions about this mysterious court case. The more he avoids her, the more she starts poking at the cracks. Later in the week, Laurel gives Gabby a reality check, reminding her that she's not exactly blameless either. After all, Gabby has been hiding her own guilty secret about cheating on Vinnie. That moment might make Gabby hesitate before confronting him. But it also adds another layer of tension. Viewers might remember how fragile their relationship has been in the past. And this new cocktail of lies and secrets could send it crumbling all over again. 5. Courtroom chaos for Vinnie. And then, the big moment arrives. Vinnie in the witness box. Mike expecting him to tank the case. But Vinnie shocks him. He speaks the truth, laying bare the crimes that have haunted him. Mike is furious, blindsided by the betrayal. But here's where it gets really complicated. Gabby slips into the public gallery, eyes fixed on Vinnie. And just as he's about to reveal the deepest part of the story, that his first encounter with Mike came when he was questioning his own sexuality on an LGBTQ+ forum, he spots Gabby watching. That split-second decision could change everything. Does he carry on and be completely honest, risking his marriage? Or does he hold back and keep the most painful part locked away? Either way, the fallout is going to be brutal. Alright, let's step aside from Vinnie for a bit, because other villagers are heading for disasters of their own. 6. Dylan tries to protect April and fails over in the younger crowd. Dylan is horrified to see April selling drugs outside university halls. It's one of those moments where you want to yell at the screen. "What are you doing, April?" But she's in deep now, tangled up with Ray's operation. Dylan tries to step up, begging Ray to let her walk away. But Ray, as slick as ever, twists it back. He says it's not his call, that the so-called bosses are the ones April answers to. Dylan caves, convincing himself that letting her keep dealing will help clear their debts quicker. Fans might find this really tough to watch because Dylan's heart is in the right place, but he's being played. And April? She's slipping further into danger by the day. 7th April's mistake nearly costs Leo his life. If that wasn't bad enough, things hit terrifying territory when April drops pills from her bag at home. Leo gets hold of them, and before anyone realizes, he's rushed to hospital. The sight of little Leo being taken away in an ambulance is going to rip through viewers. It's every parent's nightmare. Police and social services get involved straight away, and Rona is quick to point the finger at April. April is consumed with guilt, torn between coming clean and protecting herself. When the police arrive, she bolts. That panic says it all. She knows the truth will ruin her. But then she admits to Dylan she wants to tell the truth. Ray, meanwhile, is terrified that his whole criminal empire could collapse if April spills. The tension is sky high, and honestly, it feels like a ticking time bomb. 8. Robert reconnects with Kev. Now let's talk Robert. Next week, a new face enters the village, Kev. Someone from Robert's time in prison. The moment Victoria finds them holding hands, the alarm bells start ringing. Roberts was supposed to be focusing on Aaron, trying to rebuild something that once meant so much. But Kev's arrival brings a wave of old emotions, unfinished business, maybe even temptation. Fans might remember how complicated Robert's past has always been, and now he's standing at another crossroads. Victoria isn't likely to let this slide. She's protective of her brother, but also wary of him slipping back into old habits. This storyline could open the door to some emotional truths about Robert's time inside, things he's never shared with his family. 9. Charity struggles to hide her fears. Meanwhile, Charity's secret worries about the baby keep bubbling under. Mac notices she's on edge, especially around Sarah. He gently prods, wondering if she's worried Sarah's getting too attached too soon. Charity shuts it down, brushing it off. But fans can see it plain as day. She's terrified of something, and it's eating her up. The way she dodges questions shows just how much she's bottling. And if Charity's hiding something this big from Mac, the explosion, when it comes out, could tear them apart all over again. 10. Celia puts her foot in it. Elsewhere, Celia can't resist stirring the pot, making a cruel remark about Paddy's dog attack. It's tasteless, but very on brand for Celia. Moira steps in, pushing her to apologize. In true soap fashion, the apology doesn't just smooth things over, it opens the door for Celia to charm her way back into favor. Paddy, ever the soft touch, forgives her. But can viewers trust Celia's intentions? Probably not. This feels more like groundwork for bigger clashes down the road. 11. Aaron is hit with guilt. And finally, Aaron. He remembers, too late, that it's Grace's birthday. The guilt comes crashing down on him because for all his own troubles, forgetting his late sister feels unforgivable. Aaron's grief has always been a deep part of his story, and moments like this remind us how raw it still is. You can imagine fans feeling their hearts twist, watching him wrestle with that pain. Will anyone reach him, pull him back from the spiral? Or is this going to be another lonely struggle for Aaron? So that's the week ahead in Emmerdale. A whirlwind of court battles, dangerous secrets, family heartbreak, and reunions that could stir up all kinds of trouble. From Vinnie standing up to Mike, to April's world collapsing, and Robert's past catching up with him. It feels like the whole village is on edge. And honestly, I can't believe we're only heading into October. If this is where the show is now, what on earth is Christmas going to look like? If you've stuck with me through all 11 spoilers, you're clearly as hooked on Emmerdale as I am. So before you go, don't forget, hit the like button if you enjoyed this chat, drop a comment with your theories, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss the next batch of drama updates. Because one thing's certain, the village never stays quiet for long.